He is the operating partner of Keller Williams Preferred Properties in Prince George County, Maryland. Emerick has been dropping it like it's hot. He has been now. This is part 6, folks. And if you have not watched the other episodes or segments, please go back and watch them. I promise you, you will learn something and you will be inspired. Every time I'm sitting with Emerick, I'm learning something and I'm being challenged. In this 2 hours, I'm thinking now about Mr. Charlie. Because
Okay.
Mr. Charlie is not going to let you just do, I mean, he needs you. If you're working for Mr. Charlie in some type of sales organization, Mr. Charlie is not going to be okay with you spending 2 hours. But maybe he is. Maybe Mr. Charlie is okay with it. You are now Mr. Charlie. So I got my 2 hours in. It was successful. Or do I go to 3 hours? Or do I go to 4 hours if I haven't achieved certain goals? So I want to break this up in kind of a two-parter for you. First, again, 2 hours. What am I going to do for the rest of the time? And two, what are the goals here? And how do I set goals and hold myself accountable for these goals that I need to achieve in that 2 hour or period of time? And if I'm not achieving that goal, do I keep extending that time? How do I manage to this marketing, which is critical, especially because consistency will compound and lead to the results that we really want.
So here's the deal, Eric. What you really want to set is you want to set a goal. Either let's just say I want to set I have to set at least one appointment a day. Okay. Let's wrap our brain around it. I want to set at least one appointment a day. Okay. And let's just say you call in for 1 hour. All and right. You get that one appointment. Do you have to call the second hour? It depends on how you look at your business. You may say, I've already accomplished my goal, so I'm good. Or you can say, I've scheduled my appointment in the first hour. Now I want to keep calling because I want to see if I can schedule 2 more appointments, which are 3 appointments. And because I want my business to flourish and I want to live in abundance. So I want to have an abundance of appointments, which gives me an abundance of opportunities to create more business, which gives me the abundance to generate more income, which gives me an abundance to be able to provide a better lifestyle for my family, which gives me an abundance to create lasting memories for my family, which gives me an abundance so that when I'm not working anymore, I can have a nest egg in a retirement, which gives me an abundance to say I can travel anywhere I want to travel when I retire. So
let me see if I got this right here. Did you say abundance?
I did, yeah, exactly. And so it's kind of sort of like that Allen Iverson video about practice, right? So, and when you talk about that, that's consistency compounded, right? Because if your idea is every day you're going to schedule one appointment and you get your one appointment and every day you look to get an additional appointment, where you had an idea where you would have one appointment a day you would schedule one appointment every lead generation session, which is 365 appointments, right? What you have to remember is that roughly 30 to 40% of those people are not going to show up. So what was in a week, what was 5 appointments, 30% of those people don't show up, right? So that means you only had 3.5 appointments that week. You see where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. And of those 3.5 appointments, you probably can convert 30% of them, which gives you like 1.15
mm-hmm. At the max.
At best, right?
Yes.
And then even though you have 1.15 clients, 20% of deals fall through, right? So now you at 0.887 of a client. Now you see where I'm going with that?
I do.
So at 0.87 and you multiply that times 12, you really could come out with 11 or 12 deals a year out of this whole thing. And that's the reason why you set your goal and you exceed your goal, because what you're looking to do is compensate for the events that did not happen for you, which you have absolutely no control over a lot of times. So you have to expect the best and prepare for the worst.
That makes so much sense. And given the fact that you want to build a pipeline anyway, because that's ultimately the way you kind of ensure you're going to have closings every month,
Yes.
is you got to build that pipeline. And who knows if you, maybe if you can get your pipeline up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 deals, then you can expect a certain percentage, no matter what happens, to close every single month. And so that daily goal of achieving, in 2 hours, I'm gonna get 1 or 2 or 3 appointments.
Right.
For me, if I get on a roll, I don't want to stop. I don't
No,
want to stop.
why would you?
Right.
Consistency compounded.
Yes. You're right. Man, this is great stuff, Emerick. Now, I want to go further here because we got the marketing aspect, and you've mentioned just getting on the phone, and this is not to exclude email marketing and other resources you have, but getting on the phone, establishing that relationship, building trust, getting people to like you, because ultimately that's why they're going to do business with you.
Right.
So at what point do you transition to the management? You mentioned because you're a leader of a large organization, you spend a great deal of time on managing your business. But it doesn't matter if you've got 600 agents working for you or you are a solopreneur. There is some management you have to do in your business. When do you recommend that agents should be managing their business, and what does that actually mean?
What do you call managing your business? I mean, the reality is this: your job as a real estate professional is to lead generate, write offers, go to negotiate offers, and go to closing. Anything else can be leveraged out to somebody else.
Wow. So, I mean, the highest and best use of your time, which is my favorite phrase, is to be belly to belly, face to face, on the phone, in communication with your clients. Either you're getting a listing, managing a listing, closing a listing, or you're getting a buyer, managing that buyer, getting them in on a contract, closing that buyer. That's what your whole business is centered around. And that
Okay.
anything outside of that, you're saying you need to delegate.
I'm not going to say you have to delegate. You have to find leverage because you still have to be engaged at some point. Eric, you are a lending professional, correct?
I am.
Do I have to talk to you as the real estate agent?
No, I'm calling you.
But do I have to talk to you?
Oh, yes, you have to talk to me.
Why do I have to
Yes,
talk to you? Why?
to see where we are with the transaction to
My
make sure
assistant,
that they do.
my assistant can call you.
That's true.
I don't have to talk to you.
That's right.
You can give all the updates to my assistant.
That's right. That's right.
All we as real estate agents technically have to talk to our customers and our clients. And I'm saying technically. And so
Right.
that's where our highest and best use of time is talking to the client. Of course, you want to talk to us because you want to establish that rapport because you want to make sure that we keep sending deals to you.
That's
I,
right.
as a real estate professional, I don't have to talk to you.
Right.
Matter of fact, you could send me an email and give me updates.
Right.
However, we as real estate professionals, we get so enamored to talking to people and feeling like we're important
Mm.
that we believe that we have to call everybody and talk to them personally, when really only people we really have to talk to is our customers and clients.
Yeah, that's a great point. And especially too now, just to defend all the mortgage bankers out there, we want your real estate agents to talk to us.
Right?
We want to establish
That's
a
fair.
relationship so that the business is going to continue to come, right? But then
You
after we've established that relationship, then we can talk to your assistant. But and I need to hear from you.
you and every other loan professional, you and every
You're
mortgage
right.
and we
You're
love
right.
it. We love it because we as real estate agents, we have to validate ourselves by talking to everybody.
Right.
And the reality is the people you should be talking to, you don't spend enough time talking to. And that's the people that's in your database and in your sphere who can send you more business, create more business for you, or help you grow your business through referrals.
Right. That's right.
I know I stepped on your toes a little bit. I apologize. And however, you asked what's most important, and the lead generation is most important.
Right now, I'm hopping around. Ouch, ouch, you're stepping on my toes.
Right?
It's all right though, man. It's the truth. And the truth so set you free, right? And so it is
Financially free.
yes, that's right. That's right. Focus on your clients, your customers, the people that are going to be, that really represent the revenue, right? And
Yes.
then
Yes.
get support from assistants and others, and leveraging technology to handle all those other things that are important, but don't necessarily require your involvement.
You know what, Eric? There's a thing that says the 80-20 rule. It said 20% of your activities produce 80% of results.
The Pareto principle, yes.
And what happened is that 20% just happens to be income generating activities. So
Right.
your 20% should be spent on income generating activity. The other 80% can be leveraged. That's the reality. That's the reality.
Right.
You don't, do you have to make, as a real estate professional, should I be making copies? Should I be scheduling home inspections? Should I be scheduling an appointment with lenders? Should I be scheduling?
No. Oh my God. Oh my God, man.
Yeah,
You're walking down someone's alley right now. You're on their street, man. I'm telling you, pulled up into their driveway because I know this. I know that agents are doing this, and they're Mr. Charlie, and they're Mr. Charlie's assistants.
Right. And again, water, air, and electricity, they take the path of least resistance. It's easier to make copies than to pick up the phone.
Yes,
generate. It's easier to schedule a home inspection than pick up the phone. It's easier, it's easier to process settlement documents than pick up the phone. Because the telephone really weighs about 10,000 pounds. And it's so heavy that most of us are unwilling to pick it up, to even try to see if we can pick it up.
Right, right. It's easier to send the email than to pick up the phone, right?
It's easier to send a text than pick up a phone.
Right. Wow. Man. Okay. I don't know if I can handle more of this, man. My goodness.
Let me give you this one, Erica. Eric, it's easier to pick it up because somebody might actually say yes.
Well, it's so true, man. And is that it, man? Is this psychological? Are we afraid of success? Are we afraid of being successful? Or are we more afraid of being failures and of the rejection?
It's the fear of rejection, Eric. Except if it's Mr. Charlie's phone. We don't care if it's rejection, Mr. Charlie, because that's Mr. Charlie's business. That's not my business. We take everything, we take so many things about this business personal, where we internalize it. And really, it's not about you. They're not rejecting you. They're just rejecting what you're offering right now. And the reality is they're not saying no, they're saying not right now. Because at some point, they're going to require your services.
Emrick, I don't know if our audience, those who are listening and watching, can handle any more right now. We're going to have to move on to part 7 because you have been dropping it, man. You are on our street. You have pulled up into our driveway. You are actually sitting at the dinner table, right? I mean, come on. You have really laid out what our priorities should be, and as real estate professionals. And man, this has been a great segment. I want to give you the final thought here before we end this part 6. And folks, I want to encourage you to tune in for part 7. At some point here, we're going to end this, but it's been too good, man. I don't want to stop.
Right. Well, it's, Eric, this thing about when we're having this business conversation, there's just so many different facets. What I want to end with is this. When you are in business, you have to remember that you absolutely have to execute the 3 R's. Replenish, replace, and renew your business through lead generation on a consistent basis. That consistency compounded will create exponential growth. And in business, you have 1 or 2 choices. Either you're growing or you're dying. Take your pick. However, either way, you better be lead generating. That's it, Eric.
Emerick Peace, operating partner of Keller Williams Preferred Properties in Prince George County, Maryland. Talking to me, Eric Frazier, President and CEO of The Power Is Now Media. In addition, I am also a mortgage banker, license number 461807 with Residential Bank Corp. This has been an inspiring and also convicting conversation with Emerick about our priorities in business. And I certainly hope that you will go back and watch the other episodes. Share this video or the podcast if you're listening to the podcast. Reach out to Emerick Peace if you're looking for leadership and support and a job as a real estate professional if you're out there in Prince George County, Maryland. Emerick, thank you again for just an excellent segment. And I'm looking forward to the next one, folks. Remember, we are at our best and we maximize our success when we act now. The power is now. Thank you for watching Business Planning for Real Estate Agents 2023. See you soon.